So hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker. Today what we're going to be talking about is the tyres that I have been using on my 1987 Honda Super Magna for the last 2 years, I want to say. I actually don't know how long it's been a while. And I have done around about 4,000 kilometers on these tyres. So not a huge amount of mileage, but this bike, as I've said before if you watch the channel, it doesn't do my long trips, which is something I'm going to mention about these tyres. The tyres we're talking about are, of course, the Michelin Commander 2s. And why are we going to be talking about the Commander 2s? Well, because I feel like everyone deserves to know how I've gone on with them. There's some good points and some bad points, and I think we're going to kick it off by getting to the bad points, to be honest, straight away, because everyone loves the bad stuff, don't they? You're all just eager for the bad stuff, really, these days. So that's what we're going to talk about first and foremost. So the bad, well, as I said, I like to talk about tyres in the wet and dry. We're going to start off with the wet because it's not so good. So part of this is also, you know, what Michelin claim their tyres can do. The Commander 2s were billed as being able to do up to 25,000 miles on a rear tyre, which sounds great, and that should have actually been a warning sign to me, because it's not really what I need out of my bike. I don't need 25,000 miles out of a rear. What I need is you know, good wet and dry grip. So that's where we're going to start off. The wet grip, it's less than good. It's not that they're terrible in wet weather. You actually get good feel out of them, which is definitely a bonus. The problems begin with the grip. So the thing about it is, do they hold on wet weather? They do to a degree. You have to slow down a lot on, you know, the likes of roundabouts and stuff where there's higher traffic, so you'll get that sitting or standing water. I don't know why it's called standing, because it just sits there, it doesn't stand. But you know, definitely not so good in that situation. I've had multiple times where the back has slipped out on me, which obviously is not good from a grip perspective. The good thing is, in the wet, even though the grip is decidedly less than good, the fact remains that you can actually feel, or I can anyway, you can feel the point on this bike, and it might not be the same on every bike, but on this bike, you can feel the point when the Commander 2s are about to just say, nah, I'm done. There's your grip, and it's gone. It's gone. And that's not to say that, you know, like when the grip goes, it's just an immediate like, whoa, everything's gone and the world has ended. It's more like a gradual kind of like breaking of traction. You just lose it, and the back tire does slip out. Like I said, nothing crazy, but definitely I wouldn't have these on a higher powered machine. I definitely wouldn't have these on a machine that can lean a lot, but they're not designed for that. These are designed for cruising, so cruiser tires is what they are. And I mean, if your goal is to get 25,000 miles out of your rear tire, I think probably you know going into it the grip is going to be less than good. Yeah. The good thing about it is though, brake feel in the wet is still quite good. The drum brake on this Magna is actually really bitey in all weathers, and you still have that good feel in the wet, obviously braking in a straight line. And the front, again, are the brakes on the Magna the most amazing thing in the world? No, but it's a cruiser. But you do have good feel off the brakes, and I've only ever locked up the back once in wet weather when I didn't want to. So, you know, all in all, I'm gonna look out for grip 2 out of 5, definitely, just because, especially, you know, in slimy winter weather when there's salt on the road and stuff, they really don't like holding on. They really don't like holding on. But definitely, you know, overall feel wise, yeah, the grip's not good, but at least they tell you. So it's not like an unwanted house guest that you wake up one morning and find out they've, you know, like used the middle of your kitchen floor as a toilet and, you know, stolen everything from your house, and you were getting on great for 2 weeks and then they've done that to you. They're more like a house guest that says one day, you know, when you wake up and you walk out and they say, hi, I'm going to kill you tonight. That gives you plenty of time to get them out of your house. So that's what these tires are. They're a friendly murderer. Yeah, there you go. That's the analogy I'm going to use for them. So they're not bad in the rain. Like they're not the worst tires I've ever attempted to use in the rain, or the wet, or standing water, or greasy, salty horribleness. But they're also definitely not the best. So what about dry weather performance, I hear you asking? Really good. So I have confidently used all the way to the edge of both front and rear tires in the dry, all of the time. Like, this bike leans quite a lot for a cruiser because it's more of a sporty muscle cruiser. But in the dry, these tires are really, really good. I have never had an issue with grip in the dry, and that it's included like mountain roads, gravel, yeah, well-laid roads, obviously. But definitely, if you're a 98% dry weather rider and you want like bargain tires, well, bargain longevity-wise, they're not that cheap. We'll get to that in a minute. But bargain tires from a longevity perspective that actually just work in the dry. Absolutely, these are really, really good. The grip is excellent in the dry. The feedback from the grip, again, same as the wet, really, really, really good. There's never a point that they surprise you. You know, they just grip. It's a nice even grip as well. So it's not like some sports bike tires or sportier tires where you have that dual compound. So you get, you know, you have your less grip and then all of a sudden it's gripping a lot more. It's one linear grip pattern. Which is really nice. And then in the dry, the brakes are just really, really good. Feedback is great. Now the brakes on this bike, because I think they're just two piston. They're not good brakes, but the feedback from them is really good, and that is all due to the fact that the tires give you that feedback. If the tires weren't good, you wouldn't get the feedback out of the brakes. So they make it what it is. So yeah, from a dry weather grip, for what they are, for the fact that they supposedly last that long, 5 out of 5. They're really good. Like I said, this is a 4,000 kilometer review, probably 1,000 in the wet and 3,000 in the dry if you broke it up percentages wise. Like you can see on the bike that it gets ridden in the wet. I really need to clean. I need to clean the bike. I know. But you know, the point being, it's seen plenty of roads and varied roads, and they've just hung on. Dry grip, feel, and braking. It's a good. Not so good in the rain, like I said, but yeah, in the dry, I wouldn't look past them, to be honest, for a cruiser. And obviously, you also have the Michelin brand behind them. So now we're going to talk about how much they cost. I can't actually remember how much these set me back. All I know is, you know, I was happy to pay it at the time, and I just dropped in the wheels. It probably wasn't far out from what I found them online, but just tire supply, I found them for the rear, which is a 130 90 R16. They were 160 for the rear, and then the front, which is 110 something R19. It's a big tire. That's about 110. So like for the two just supplied is 270. They're not the cheapest tires. Most certainly not the cheapest tires. But I suppose it's what you want. Would I buy them again for this price? Probably not. Would I buy the Commander 3 for that price? Probably not. Me personally, I think next time I'd look for something that isn't purported to last for 25,000 miles and that has more grip in the wet. That's just me though. Like I said, for the cost, if you do buy these and you do big cruiser mileage, that's a bargain. Yeah, I think personally, if you're doing big mileage on a cruiser, these make sense. They're very good tires for that, and for €270 fitted, €270 supplied, probably €300 fitted, thereabouts. I think that's a pretty good deal for how long they're supposed to last. Now, like I said, I haven't done that mileage, and I don't know will I ever do that mileage on this bike. It's not my touring bike. The CBF is over there. I think I've only owned the CBF like 6 months, and I think I've put more mileage on the CBF than I have on this ever. So that'll tell you. But that's not what I have this for, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, cost-wise, I think it's reasonable for how long they're supposed to last. Obviously, if they don't last that long, which I think would have come out by now in the news or motorcycle news, I think it's a pretty good deal. The Commander 3s, the new versions of these, they're not that much more expensive, and they supposedly last 25% longer. So again, you know, if you're going for them and you want to save, you know, €50 maybe, you could get the Commander 2s. They're still on the shelves. These ones were made in 2018. I'll show you how to check that in a second. I'm going to put that in all of these tire videos. But yeah, certainly that if that's something that you want to do, you can buy the Commander 2, or you can shell out the little bit extra for the Commander 3. That number there, 4418, what that means is these tires were manufactured in the 44th week of 2018. So that's how you know when your tires are made. So if you're buying tires and it says like 4407, don't buy them, because they've been sitting around for, you know, like 13, 14 years. But yeah, there you go, a little top tip. So to summarise, are these tyres good in the wet? Not really. It depends on what you want. If you like breaking out the rear traction, then they're actually pretty fun in the wet. And you're never going to be leaning that far in a cruiser anyway, so the likelihood of you low-siding it should be small. But the problem is, and this is the thing about tyres, it's why I pay a high price for tyres. The day that you do need them to bail you out, the day that you lean further than you thought you would have had to in the wet, is the day they're going to let you down. So for that reason alone, I would not recommend these to people who ride in the rain a lot. I think they will let you down. I think they will bite you, and I think you'll regret it. In the dry, yeah, like I said, 5 out of 5. If you're primarily a dry weather rider and you ride your bike like really slowly in the wet, then yeah, I would buy this bike, to be honest. This bike? You cannot buy this bike. It's never ever for sale. Would I buy these tires, Michelin Commander 2s? Yeah, like if I live somewhere like in Spain or something, I would never look past these. So yeah, I hope if you were looking to buy some Michelin Commander 2s or Michelin Commander 3s, as they're very similar compounds, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please let me know down in the comments. Please do hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed if you'd like to, and also go give my buddy Monkey Bud a look. I do very much like his channel, and he could use your support right now. And if you want to know why, he has a video on his channel explaining it. So go give him a look. If this is your first time here, please do give the rest of my videos a look. I have like over 220 motorcycle related videos now, and that's all I do here is motorcycles. So if you like them, have a wee look. As always, a very special thank you to my patrons. You're legends. I think that's all I need to say here. Actually, how many of you have cruisers, and would ye, from this review, put the Commander 2s onto your bike? Or would you like something that has a little bit more grip in the rain? I think honestly it comes down to where you live in the world. You know, if you live somewhere like Ireland, these probably aren't the best if you use your bike all year. But yeah, let me know. I'm interested. Yeah. Anywho, until next time, thank you again for watching. Adios. Out to the crew. When this lockdown is over, I'm gonna do like big long spin on this bike, and a big long spin on the GSX-R, and a big long spin on the CBF. Would any of you like to meet up with me for a spin in Ireland, or maybe in Scotland? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Yeah. I need spins. I'm going insane. I need spins. Please.